Hey guys, Jason here. I've been doing a lot of Bible studies and I feel like I haven't been reporting enough on world events that tie into Bible prophecy and into the Bible itself. So, the Notre Dame church burning. Now, I'm going to put a link to it, and I'm pretty sure I haven't rewatched the video, but I think it was Outer Limits. And it was a news report that showed the Notre Dame church burning, with the fire being extinguished, with the fireman. But it showed somebody walking around in the building, and it looked like a white shirt with a white or a black tunic and a matching kind of a white head, hat, garb, whatever it is. I don't know. You can't really see. You can get a view and you can formulate an idea for yourself. I'm not saying I know anything on anything. Now, I did watch the I Pet Goat 2 video. It's like 7 years old. I've never watched it. I've heard tons of things on it. People make hours of videos on this thing. It is a very interesting thing to watch. If you know a lot about conspiracies, you watch that. It is top to bottom loaded with religious conspiracies and just tons of stuff. There's one scene where they show the crescent moon kind of almost upside down, reddish tint, and then it pans down to a Muslim man. There's a part where there's if you know, the crescent moon is Lucifer. If you go, there's another spot where it shows some little Red Riding Hood girl, and it shows the apple splitting open, and it shows her, and I think there's a white lotus, which I know I've seen people do things on that too, but I can't remember what it means. But I believe it was the Pope gave Trump a white lotus flower around the same time when they met one time, some time ago. It was a couple years back. But there was another thing that spoke of, it showed this Alice in Wonderland-y looking girl, but it did show a white rabbit behind her. And what happened on Easter? There was terror attacks. There's the scene where there's the Notre Dame look-alike cathedral. It's all white stone, but it has a Christian cross on it, and it shows the spires of it falling down. And then people have been, mapping that or mimicking it to the Notre Dame falling down almost in the exact same manner. While that is happening in the cartoon, there's a Jesus character look-alike that has a crown of thorns on, and it has a pyramid with a third eye on it. And as the cathedral is falling down, the crown of thorns disappears. Now, there's a lot of talk about the crown of thorns being saved. It's been moved into the Louvre, I think is what it's called, over there in Paris, which is a glass pyramid, which is real crazy. And then it shows in another scene after that, meteors coming in, or a sort of meteors coming in that hits a set of 3 pyramids like in Egypt, and then they crumble. There's also, in the beginning of this kind of cartoon, or in the middle somewhere, there is a character that is Shiva. It doesn't have all the arms, but it has the face, and then it starts doing the dance of destruction, and then the face starts changing into all these different stylistic masks that must represent something in other religions. I don't know, because I don't follow those other religions. But at the same time, all these things, I would just say, if you want to look at some crazy stuff, watch that video, because it'll show you tons of things. And PaydroV did a video saying that it is the new world, or the old world dying to form the new world to begin, in a way. So I'm going to put links to that video with the Notre Dame fire, the person walking. I'll put a link to the I Pet Goat, and then I'll put a link to the PaydroV video. And I'm going to put another thing to Lisa Haven, which I don't support. I don't want to say I support anybody's channel, because everybody has their own views, and if it doesn't follow your own view, I just don't subscribe. I'm just not a subscriber to anything, But Lisa Haven had a video I just listened to, and I haven't listened to her in a long time, but talking about the Sri Lanka attack and how they they deemed it very important to criticize the person that did the New Zealand mosque attack, and that the person that did the Sri Lanka attack, they pretty much just left it as, just an attack. I'll show you the links to all four of those, and you just got to, start putting all these pieces together, because we're coming to a point, and God's Healer 7 spoke of there's going to be a time where the enemy is in your gates already, and they are going to start doing their attacks in a synchronized fashion. And that'd be the only way to really attack America, because there's so much strength in America. Even though there's a lot of division, there's so much strength that if you did it like one section at a time, the whole country would fight for that section, just out of American pride and honor. So they would have to do it all at the same time. If you're going to attack America, it has to be multifaceted in a very large scale. Otherwise, if the government doesn't stop it, not saying they would, but the people would do all they could to probably stop it as well. Militias would form. But I'm going to cut this short, and I'll put links in the description. Check out the links. God bless you guys. Keep your head up, because now's the time, more than ever, to keep your head and be looking for Jesus if you're not in him. A lot of people want to condemn people for talking about 3 days of darkness or darkness coming, and saying that you're looking into false doctrines. There's going to be many brothers and sisters in Christ that are going to be left behind. Not in Christ, but those of our loved ones that are going to be left behind. And anybody's saying, well, if you're not just in Christ, you shouldn't be, talking about these things to come, after we're gone. More important is for those people, because they can still be saved. And if the internet gets taken down, that information is going to be gone. So if we don't get that information in their ear now about being faithful in the time when, the rapture happens and people disappear, and then they're going to try to explain it all away. If you don't tell these people what's going to happen biblically, the Bible's probably going to be outlawed by the time we're gone. It's very important to tell people about what's going to happen after the rapture. It's more important, I think, because otherwise all those people are being left out of the loop, and they're going to be condemned because they're going to be trying to survive, not knowing that they're buying into the evil schemes that are going to happen to those who are trying to, who can either be saved, but if they don't have the knowledge, they're not going to be saved. They're going to be, swept away in the flood. So God bless you guys. Keep your heads up.